As always, man, thanks for watching Mark Anthony Tarantino. We're doing another taper today, man, but this is a taper, man, that I've been wanting to do for a while. I actually did this taper before, but he had, at that point, he had a different hairstyle, and then my lighting was just terrible, so I brought KJ on this one for sure. He is putting it down on my videos so far, man, and I'm really enjoying it. So right now, before I started, I don't know if we've seen that, and I was just talking too much, but I comb it out first. Find the direction of the wave pattern from the calic, and then you start forward, then moving it back a little by little by little, because you just don't want to take a chunk out that's inappropriate. Because if you go diagonal on this, you can take a chunk out. If you don't go straight every time and just keep, basically to me, it kind of looks like I'm ironing my clothes. Like I'm trying to smooth it out as flat as I can without hitting the same spot more than once. Like right there on that corner is very important too, man, because I've done it before where I just went slightly at the wrong angle, took a chunk out. I stay brushing through it, man, just to see if the smoothness and everything's laying down. I wouldn't be surprised if I hit it again, just because. Right there, I just want to double check this is the wavelength he desires, because usually for me, there's 3 levels of wavelength that I've noticed. There's a half, there's a 1, and there's a 1.5. Those 3 are pretty much short to no wave, medium wave, and large wave. And then when they have a 360 wave, I would say definitely try a 2 with the grain. But that's here nor there. We're doing a 1.5 today. So he must have wanted it a little bit shorter, so I'm retightening it up. And then usually when I do the very, very front, I gently close my guard just a little bit, because I want the front end to have a little less hang from the back. Not too much though, because then it looks like it's shorter. You can already see his waves, man. They starting to move, so. And if possible, man, usually gentlemen that wear waves, they usually have their own brush with them. If you can, try to use their brush, man, because their brush is probably broken into their wave pattern already. So that'll definitely keep their waves as natural as possible without you cutting into them. Sometimes, man, when I cut hair, I like to put a mental note, and that's what I was doing. I was just showing you guys where I like to start my taper at. This is about a 1 closed, I believe. Right above the ear. And then I just focus on balding it out shorter and shorter underneath. I like to keep my sideburns for a shadow no shorter than a half guard open. You go any shorter than that, it gets real hard to line up the hairline, man. So I would say if they want sideburns, keep it at about a half or longer. Right there, it looks like I got the 0 guard now. I'm clipping. Went back to the clip 0 guard. With his haircut, I generally like to give him a bald taper with sideburns underneath, but I still got to blend the sideburns into the bald taper. So right here, man, I'm just concentrating, you know, on the softness. I'm changing my angles of the clipper. Right now, this is more of a touch and feel type go, man. You just gotta see what you need and blend it gently and softly, man. Going with the grain, I don't recommend people going with the grain on the fade part any lower than a 1, but sometimes you got to pull the half guard and just smooth out a little bit more. So right here, man, you got to pick that medium point. I'm here at the 1 closed. I really don't feel you need to do too much higher than a 1 closed, man. If you're good with the clipper over comb is what separates a kitchen barber to us professional barbers, man. I mean, we got to use all our tools. we go again with the zero close, man. Just trying to fade close as I can to the top without hitting it. Don't hit that top because it's going to raise your lineup. But if you stay under and hit it softly, you can blend that out without even having to do too much. I end up doing too much usually. Right there, no guard, clipper open. Remember, as long as you got that half open, man, you can line up any of that hair. Watch when I bring this line back down, you're gonna see that the taper just pop back out. Now, when I do a low taper, it looks like my comb is pretty flat there. I usually like more of a harder turn. I like more of a 45-degree angle just so I can blend that curve without going up too high. This looks like one guard, clipper open, just, you know, buffering it out, man, taking some of the darkness out just so it stays on that even fade. Eventually, when you guys get enough haircuts under your belt, I'm still trying to figure out a way, man, but honestly, I think you can just do the whole haircut with just that blending guard, man, because eventually I'm going to go up in there anyway, so we're going to figure it out. That half guard, I'm going to call it the magic guard. I always like to hit the shaver on the sideline right there to bring that bar out extra. I generally try to look at the hairline to see if there's a higher or lower side. Sometimes there is, and if I see a side more fuller or whatever, I try to go with the lowest side first. Lowest by meaning closer to the eyebrow, and then trying to line to the one where I can remove more out of. I'm just shaping up his mustache with a half guard. I try to tell people, man, if you don't know your client too well, say it's the first time in your chair, try to leave his facial hair as close to normal as possible. Right now I'm using I'll put what I'm using in the comments, man. Basically, it's a hair enhancement spray. You just spray it on. As soon as you're done lining them up, you double check it and then immediately hit it with the razor. Now what that does is that fills in any little divots or holes that their hair might be missing, and now his hair looks like completely all the way across. That usually lasts for about anywhere from a day to 3, depending on how much washing and scrubbing they do on their hair. Thanks for watching that, man. This is Mark Anthony Tarantino, and this is how to cut a taper with waves. Thanks for watching.